Hey y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com, and it's time to get my faith planner set up for the month of February. Today I am working in my faith planner, getting it set up for the month of February. So I'm wrapping up January's devotional. This is the faith planner that I use for my illustrated faith studies. So I have January. Now I'm turning to a brand new divider. Yay, ready to go. And I have some new pages to decorate, new weeks to focus on, and I'm going to be using the Preparing Hearts devotional, plus a ton of the goodies that they were offering over at Illustrated Faith. I can't wait. So I will definitely link Illustrated Faith down below. I'll link all of the things I'm using, including this faith planner, these dividers, all the goodies you can find in the description box below. Otherwise, I'm going to put you all on fast forward. Let's go. All right, I always like to share this whole process took me about an hour and a half. I sped it up a lot to put it here on YouTube so that you didn't have to watch for an hour and a half. It takes a long time doing all of the setups for a whole month all at once, but I've really come to enjoy this time. It allows me to kind of dig into the kit, to have fun with some of the supplies, and then it is all set up and ready to go so that when I am getting ready to study in the mornings, that is ready to go as well. So about an hour and a half, and then I have shortened it down to about 15 minutes here on YouTube for you. So you're going to see me doing things super fast. Because I'm going to keep my whole year in this same planner, I kind of like the idea of repeating some elements. And one of those is going to be using that gorgeous decorative bag on the divider for each particular month. So here's the white cardstock dividers. I do sell these over on my website because I think it's just fun to be able to decorate them and get them ready to go. I'm going to use some Distress Oxide spray, and now I'm going to add a little bit of gold glitter spray as well. We're going to splatter that across, just doing a little mixed media fun here. You saw I was playing with the bag that the kit came in earlier. I trimmed that down and then cut a big heart out of it. Now that the divider's all dry, you can see I can just bring this bag straight on over. We're going to add some adhesive and get it on the front of the divider. I have been enjoying decorating my own dividers, especially for things like this, because I feel like you get to set the tone for what it's going to be that month. And there are beautiful dividers out there with all kinds of faith planners, but they don't necessarily match the theme of the kit for that particular month. So I'm getting to change it up just a bit. All right, so I got my big heart cut out. We're like going old school Valentine's kind of making. I love a sketchy line, so that's what I'm going to do. I traced the inside, and now I'm coming back and kind of adding lots of little extra lines, making it look a little bit more sketchy. And then here is this amazing alpha. I love this alpha. It's available over at Illustrated Faith. It's like this cardstock, gorgeous mixed media look. I'm going to use that to put together the title. You can see I kind of put it together on one of my plastic planner pages where I like my sticker guides where I can plan out where stickers are going to go and then get it onto the page. But Preparing Hearts is the name of the devotional for this month. I do, in fact, have a whole unboxing of all the devotional kit and some extra goodies that are available over Illustrated Faith. So be sure to check that out on my channel. This is where I like to work through the kits for the most part. I will be reading each week and then writing a few little notes, some scripture each day. Every now and then, usually a couple times a month, I like to do a Bible journal entry that has to do with the devotional that particular month. It's just kind of whenever I feel called, but I like having all my notes in this one place. So it's also fun to look back on at the end of the year as well. On the back of the divider, and then I call this almost like the title page. It's before the weekly layouts start. I'm going to do a little bit of a collage. So Shauna Noel usually writes a little note since I'm on the creative team at Illustrated Faith. She sends me a little note with my kits. I like to keep those, so I want that to be in a place. And then a lot of times I like to have a section where I have a prayer, like a prayer to start a devotional. And that's what I'm thinking of putting on these pages. But right now I'm just having fun kind of doing a collage. I am obsessed with the tissue paper that came as part of this devotional kit this month. Like maybe even more than a little bit obsessed. It is so pretty. So I'm putting down some adhesive. I decided not to use like Mod Podge or anything necessarily directly in my faith planner. You could do that with the tissue paper as well, but I know that this tissue paper is going to find its way into my art journal, and probably will most definitely have Mod Podge in that case. But it is just so beautiful. I'm, like I said, a little bit obsessed. I'm super glad I got 2 sheets with all my goodies wrapped in it. Okay. There's my little heart cut out. There's my note from Shauna Noel. See, I'm just putting together bits and pieces, scraps, and then once I cut these apart, trim things down, I will be able to add a journaling prayer or a prayer of some sort later on. But like I said, right now we're just getting everything set up, repunching holes, putting that back in. Now we're ready to start working on the weeks. For my illustrated faith notes, I'm actually using the undated faith planner from Keleva Plan, and I like to go ahead and put the dates in right away just to make sure I don't skip pages and things like that. The stickers that I'm using for the dates are from Mojo Jojo Plans. This is part of her dated 2.0 sticker book. I'm not sure if it's in stock. It sells out pretty fast once she restocks it, but you can head over to her website to check that out. But month of February, it's a leap year. Yes. So we're going to have the 29th. And now we got all of our dates ready to go. The other thing, I talked about how I think it's cool to repeat some elements since I'm going to put all my studies for the whole year in this one planner. I started in January lining all of the different weeks with washi tape just because there is a pretty big margin in this Kelva Plan planner. And I thought it was a fun way to get a lot of decoration, a lot of color pop, but not taking up a ton of writing room, which is always something I say it over and over again. In my faith planner, I don't want to take up a ton of writing room. This is where I have notes. This is where I put little prayers. This is where I write scripture. I need all of the writing room that I can get in my faith planner. So putting decorations, putting stickers, putting things where it kind of preserves that writing space, that is pretty darn important to me. So I'm able to put this washi tape, again, all of this washi tape is from Illustrated Faith. I'm putting it around the margins, trimming it down just a little bit. And I love that it gives a nice pop on each page. It's actually also reinforcing each page because this is going to, go through it. It's getting handled each and every day. And it's hopefully going to last me through the whole year. So I like the washi tape is there to give a little extra reinforcement to those edges. But I'm just going to take each week of the month. We're lining it with some of the different washi tape that coordinates with the kit. I did pick up the washi tape from Illustrated Faith this time around. You can also just use washi tape in that you may have in your stash that might go with the colors of the kit, things like that. It's a great way to use a ton of that washi tape that you perhaps have been hoarding just a bit. And truthfully, you could just leave it at this. If you were wanting to save some of the kit supplies to use in your Bible, if you were wanting to use them for other things, you could stick with washi in your faith planner and call it a day, because I think that it still makes a nice impact. It still sets a lovely tone for the day, which is something that I like. One of the reasons I like decorating my faith planner is because it is the first planner I interact with each day. And so having it decorated and ready to go just kind of makes me happy. So, all right, got all of that done. There we go. Washi tape on all the pages, but I'm going to use some of this ephemera because they give you so much with Illustrated Faith. There's just so many opportunities. I'm bought this extra set. This is a set of Polaroid ephemera pieces that I think are adorable, and I thought it would be perfect on the page with the camera washi. That washi tape has all of these adorable cameras around the edge. I'm just trimming off the little white margin that's on these ephemera pieces because I want them to look like more legit Polaroid pieces in my faith planner. Let's get them on the edge. I do generally take up a little bit more room. I take up that room with on Sundays, because Sundays I write less, because generally I've written about that whole devotional week all week long, so I don't have quite as much on Sundays. So I don't mind putting a little bit more decoration on Sundays. And then of course I take up that top left. I take up a good amount with that as well. And at this point, it's all about just playing with what is in the kit. So I jump around from the weeks because I'm trying to find pieces that I love from the kit and figuring out what washi tape they go best with. So it's kind of because I put all the washi tape down first and I didn't make a plan, I just kind of grabbed a washi and went for it, then that is affecting what ephemera is going to go on that particular week. This is the first week, which means I won't really start the devotional until Thursday, February the 1st. So I can actually pull in a lot of different decoration over on that left-hand side because I don't need that area for notes. So you'll see, I kind of realized that partway through. I'm like, oh wait, I have all this open space that I can have fun with. Let me get these pieces down. And then I play with this journaling card. I love the Giving Praise journaling card. I always love butterflies. So I'm just trying to figure out the best way to include another extra little cluster over here just to add a little extra jumping off point for the devotional. So use those spaces if you are doing something similar to what I'm doing and you have extra space at the beginning or end of the month, then feel free to cover those pages with all of the fun goodies as well. I kind of felt like this just needed a little something extra. The lilac washi tape was really bold and it needed to have just a little bit more black to it, a little bit of pattern to it. So I'm just doing a little stitching, edging, writing that directly onto the washi tape all around the edges. And I like the, I don't know, I just like that little detailing. Stitching is my favorite, that stitching look. And I could have definitely gone straight to my sewing machine and done literal stitching. That would have been fun too, but I just opted for a pen this time. All right, this week is going to be a little bit unusual for me because I'm going to do all black and white. I love this black and white washi. I was obsessed with it. I bought an extra roll because it's amazing. So I'm adding a little bit of adhesive to the back of the tissue paper, and I'm going to use bits and pieces of this tissue paper to decorate this page and then stick to just black and white pieces. At first, I had that star pulled out. It's got cream to it, and I just later on I'll put it away because it just made sense. You can see I'm kind of experimenting with colors, and I thought it was fun to challenge myself. Black and white, adding only those pieces. This butterfly, come on. This tissue paper, can we just talk? I know I said it already. I'm just obsessed with the tissue paper. All right, we're going to put that piece down, and you can use Tombow on the back. You might see little bits and pieces of Tombow adhesive on the underside of tissue paper when you put it in your planner, but I just prefer to, for the most part, try to keep my planner pages from getting wet at all because they will kind of wrinkle, if that makes sense. I didn't mind using it on the cardstock, using a wet medium on the cardstock for the dividers because that's a little bit thicker. I really didn't feel like I wanted these to wrinkle, so I just kept it with the regular adhesive on that tissue paper. All right, this week is giving me all of the Bridgerton vibes. I love, love, love some of the vintage pieces. Look how cute. Look at the little telephone booth. Oh, it's just so soft and romantic feeling, perfect for the month of Valentine's Day. And I just can't wait to dive into this devotional. I said it in the unboxing, but I love Becki Baker. I actually sat right next to her at an illustrated faith retreat one time. I think she is a fabulous human being. I can't wait to read the words. I've heard bits and pieces of her testimony in the past, and I think it's going to be a powerful month. And whenever I take time to get my faith planner all set up, ready to go, it just gets me extra excited to dig into that devotional on that particular month. I no longer feel overwhelmed like I have to study and do the creative part. I think sometimes we can put pressure on ourselves when we purchase these particular kits or any Bible journaling kits that we have to use all of these supplies or else it's a waste of money. So digging in and having fun in my faith planner right away frees me up so that I can really have fun with the devotion part of it later on. These little washi tape crosses might be my favorite part of this whole month. I think it is so cute. I wish I had another sheet. I probably need to pick up another sheet. So I'm going to finish up with this page. The last thing you're going to see me do is actually cut out a portion of the bag. I'm trying to keep a little sample of each bag throughout the year in the front of this particular faith planner, just because I think that is a fun little touch. I'm finding little pieces I have to trim off here. So you'll see me do that, but otherwise my faith planner is set up, ready to go for the month. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider hitting that subscribe button as well as the bell notification button. As always, I will link the supplies that I used down in the description box below, so be sure to check those out. I want to give a huge shout out to all of my Patreon family. You all are the best. We have a fabulous time over there and we'd love to have you join us. You can always find out more information about Patreon and the extra perks you receive down in the description box below. All right, I hope that you have a fabulous day. And as always, keep it creative.